A 14-year-old girl accused of the unthinkable.
Hey, what's her name?
Carley Gregg.
Carley Gregg? Does she still have a gun on her?
I took it from her. She ran.
Sheriff's office! Hey, come outside for me, buddy. Hey, come here. Hey, where's your wife at, buddy? Where's your wife at?
She's dead on the floor in that room.
When the teen suspect is caught, the courts show her no mercy. So
the jury will either acquit you, or you'll be facing 2 life sentences, or this court can sentence you up to 93 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's your choice and your choice alone to proceed to trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
How does a bright student become the focus of a brutal homicide investigation, one that no one saw coming?
Which hand did you shoot with? Which hand did you shoot with?
Carley Gregg was born on April 23, 2009, to parents Ashley and Kevin Gregg. Behind what appeared like a normal suburban life, Carley has already dealt with profound loss. In 2012, Carley becomes a big sister. Carley's baby sister, Natalie, is reportedly diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder shortly after birth. She tragically passes away in September of 2013 at just 18 months old. Their family fractured even further. Carley's mom, Ashley, and her dad, Kevin, divorced, reportedly over Kevin's drug addiction and mental health battle. Carley reportedly struggles with her own mental health, too. At an early age, she's diagnosed with bipolar disorder, but it's manageable through therapy and multiple medications. As Carley gets older, she excels in school, to the point she even reportedly skips the 3rd grade. But Carley's home life later shifts. In 2020, her mom, Ashley, remarries a man named Heath Smiley. Ashley takes up his last name, becoming Ashley Smiley. Carley keeps her biological father's last name, but she and her stepfather, Heath, grow close. He becomes the father figure in her life. As Carley enters her teenage years, her mom and stepdad continue to support her mental health until March 19th, 2024. By this time, Carley Gregg is in the 9th grade. She attends Rankin High School in Flowood, Mississippi, the same school where her mom is a math teacher. On the morning of March 19th, 2024, Carley and Ashley head to school. It's part of their usual routine to ride to and from school together. That day, the 14-year-old got into an argument with a friend at school over a secret Carley didn't want to surface. It's something her parents don't even know. Carley has been secretly smoking weed. But Carley's friends begin to notice that something deeper may be happening. Out of concern for her, Carley's friend sends an anonymous email to her mom, Ashley. We'll never fully know what was said on the ride home from school that day, but this security footage hints at the tension. Once they enter the house, the security camera captures Ashley heading straight to Carley's bedroom to the right of the kitchen. This seems to make Carley nervous. She's seen pacing back and forth in the kitchen, but then she tends to the family dogs. The teen then lets the 2 family golden retrievers outside. She stands outside with them for about a minute before coming back inside. The home security footage shows Carley walking to the left toward her parents' bedroom. Whatever she grabbed from their bedroom, she's concealing it behind her back. What happens next is also captured on the home security camera, and it's shocking. In the video, the family dogs, they're freaking out. Only one person walks out of the room, Carley Gregg. Ashley never appears again on surveillance video after that moment. But Carley doesn't call 911. Instead, she texts a friend, there's been an emergency. And she even takes a moment to sing a few bars. The friend arrives to the Smiley home. Soon after, Carley's stepdad Heath arrives. Within minutes, 911 is on the line.
What's the location of your emergency?
I went to 14. I don't know what happened. My wife is dead.
What?
My daughter tried to shoot me.
Your daughter tried to shoot you?
Yeah. She ran out shooting at me.
Where's she at?
I don't know. She ran away.
How old is she?
14.
14? Ma'am, stay on the phone with me. Just calm down. What's your name?
My name is Heath Smiley.
And what's her name?
Carley Gregg.
Carley Gregg? Does she still have a gun on her?
I took it from her. She ran.
Rankin County deputies and emergency responders rush to the Smiley home. It takes a little bit of time for Heath Smiley to open the door, but when he does, he's hysterical.
Sheriff's office! Sheriff's office! Hey, come outside for me, buddy. Hey, come here. Hey, where's your wife at, buddy? Where's your wife at?
She's dead on the floor in that room.
The first responding deputy moves through the home. Carley and her friend are nowhere to be found. What he does find, though, is Ashley Smiley's body.
Sheriff's office! Hello? I need medical here.
Heath Smiley has been shot too. He's suffering from a gunshot wound to the shoulder, but he's more concerned about his wife Ashley and finding his stepdaughter Carley.
Hey, where's your son wearing? Hey, can you tell me what your son's wearing? Hey, I need you to talk to me. What is your son wearing?
She was in jeans and a grayish t-shirt. She's got short, brownish hair.
So, jeans, a gray t-shirt, short brown hair.
She ran into the backyard. I tried to follow her. She jumped the fence and ran. She shot me in the neck. It's okay, I think.
Does she still have the gun?
It's on the kitchen counter. I think there's one live round left in it. I opened the cylinder. I went in the back door and she tried to shoot me.
Okay. Hey, I need some gloves.
I'll be...
Hey, he's saying that she ran towards Magnolia Place.
Are you shot?
He's grazed, but he's 10-2. It went through his shirt.
You got me right there.
Magnolia Place, that gated subdivision.
She went over the side back towards my vehicle. She might have looked around this way.
Might look back, going back towards the pond right there.
Hold on just a second, buddy.
She's laid in the floor with a towel.
The search for Carley intensifies. Deputies are concerned she could still be armed.
Hey, y'all do be advised, there's several firearms in the house, but the one that he's saying was used is laying on the table, but that doesn't mean she's not armed.
We don't know for sure she's gone.
What's your wife's number? Name?
Ashley Smiley.
All right.
Have you called her? Have you called her?
Called her.
Your wife.
I did call her number twice, but I ran in there looking for her, and then I went in the room.
Hey, how old is Ashley? How old's your wife?
40.
40? Hey. I mean, I'm getting information. Good. It's a through and through the shoulder. Okay. As of right now, this is him. That she's do what? She's 7. Okay. Ashley Smiley, she's 40 years old, and then the one we're looking for is Carley Madison Gregg. Okay. She's 14. Okay. They've been having issues with her. Okay. And the dad. So. Okay. Because it's his stepdaughter. Okay. But they're fixing, hey, if we need anything else from him, they're fixing to roll with him. I said we'll probably send somebody up there with him.
Heath is taken to the hospital and is expected to survive his injury. As more investigators arrive, the focus is twofold: process the scene of Ashley's murder and find any clue that can lead them to Carley.
I didn't really get much from him because he's so, going through all he told me is she took,
He's a little jacked up.
Yeah. All he kept telling me was she ran out the back door, but the back door is deadbolted.
You got blood? What's the easiest way to
Maybe he probably deadbolted it kind of in the heat of things to try and keep it from coming back.
Hey, did he say the wife's name was Ashley?
Ashley? Yeah. Who needs it?
Ashley Smiley.
Ashley Smiley. Where's Mom? She's in this back bedroom.
Tyler got the good camera. Yeah.
Hey, Tyler, the gun that's used is right there on the counter in the kitchen. No.
Nobody?
No. Hey, there's a bunch of gun cases and stuff laying right there. That closet's slam full of guns. So we know she may still have access to them. Me and Dustin cleared the house.
I'm talking every closet, under the beds, everything. You know how juveniles are. They'll hide in the damn spot.
But Dad, he said she ran out the back door. And
I
took
know.
the field,
I know.
so.
But Dad might. Yeah. You never know. Look, I want to go through the house, and I want to very politely. I want to look under beds. I want to look in closets, behind clothes. Let's make sure she's not in this house before we exhaust a whole lot of it. You know how juveniles are.
Did y'all?
Me and Dustin walked through and cleared the house, but I mean,
did you look under beds?
We didn't go that far. We looked in closets and stuff like that.
Less than 5 minutes later, a call comes over the radio. They have Carley in custody. What do I do? Single unit was got the female subject in custody. Investigations requested she be brought here to the scene. Carley is found still on foot, nearly half a mile from her home.
Let me get it. I got a cuff on her. I got her handcuffed. All right, sweetie. Look. Let me step out real quick for me. All right. Hey, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on around to the front of you, okay? I'm going to move the handcuffs around to the front of you. Okay. All right. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to swab your hands, okay? Right. I don't ask you a bunch of questions, but obviously you fired with a pistol, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Alright, look. I need you to hold your hand out like this. I'm going to do your right hand first, okay? It's your right hand. Like that.
Swab up here.
What is this?
It's a GSR. It shows which hand did you shoot with?
Okay.
Which hand did you shoot with? Alright,
Go up.
flop the hand, turn the hand over.
Turn it over.
And rub on the outside part around the knuckles.
Where do you want his phone? I guess you can put it in my vehicle with my key. The key fob is in my left pocket.
Alright, now so go ahead and take it. Alright.
Is my stepdad okay?
I don't know, baby. I can't talk to you about this.
Here, I'm just...
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Please now. What
The teenage friend who had been at the house and later ran from it is never accused of having any involvement in the crime. Carley Gregg is charged with murder and attempted murder. She's transported to the Rankin County Juvenile Detention Center. However, she's only held there for a little while. She's transported to the county's adult facility, charged as an adult with first-degree murder, attempted murder, plus tampering with evidence. Due to her age, the teen is kept in solitary confinement until trial. She's held behind bars on $1 million bond. Carley's case makes headlines all around the world. The question on a lot of minds was simply, why? On April 16, 2024, weeks after Carley's arrest, Rankin County investigator Zachary Cotton is called to testify during Carley's preliminary hearing. Investigators reviewed the home security footage, and new details begin to emerge.
Carley proceeds to return to the kitchen, concealing her hands behind her back. We hear a heavy object being set down on the counter, and then she proceeds to get Ashley's phone and begins texting on it. You know who she was texting? I believe it was Heath, based off the text messages that he received.
If Carley texted Heath from Ashley's phone pretending to be her, was she luring her stepfather home? Oh,
Essentially asking about how long it would be till he got home. When Heath comes up, the interior camera had been taken down. By the time Heath comes home, Who showed that? Who took that? Carley. Then Heath comes in, you hear some gunshots, and then you see Carley run off.
You guys off with it?
Yes.
Who's that?
One of her friends.
All right. How did the friend get up there?
She was driven over there by her father.
Why did she do it?
Carley asked her to come over.
Do we know it's for what purpose?
She showed her deceased mother to the friend.
Showed her deceased mother?
Yes.
According to investigator
Cotton, the interior camera was taken down by the time Heath arrived back at the house.
Talk about these cameras. Where were the cameras found?
There was the one that was in the garage that was attached to the garage door opener, the device itself for like the lights found and all that. And the other one was later found in the fridge of the residence.
It appears she was aware of those cameras.
Yes, sir, because she had her hands concealed behind her back the entire time, in which she's believed to have a firearm.
During this April
2024 hearing, Carley's attorneys argue her $1 million bond should be reduced because she's a teenager. The judge ruled to keep her bond as is, saying the teen poses a, quote, special danger to others. She stays behind bars in the Rankin County Adult Detention Center for a few more months. During an August 27, 2024 hearing, the defense informs the judge they want this case in front of a jury. So,
the jury will either acquit you, or you'll be facing 2 life sentences, or this court can sentence you up to 93 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's your choice and your choice alone to proceed to trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Carley never waived her right to a speedy trial, and because she's being kept in solitary confinement, attorneys push to move the case forward as quickly as possible. Carley Gregg's murder trial goes before a Rankin County jury in September of 2024, 6 months after Ashley Smiley's murder and Heath Smiley's attempted murder. The prosecution's theory is Carley Gregg killed her mom to hide her secret, then lured her stepfather home with the intention of killing him too.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll hear testimony throughout the next few days during this case. You'll hear about some secret life that Carley lived. You'll hear that Carley had a secret boyfriend. You'll hear that Carley had a secret iPod, that she had secret social media accounts that she was using to communicate with people on this iPod when her parents had taken her phone away. You'll hear that she was secretly cutting on her thigh using a knife. You'll hear that she secretly had burner phones her mom and stepdad didn't know about that she was using. You'll hear that she had secret weed vape pens and that she was secretly smoking those vape pens and getting high before going to school at times. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not why we're here though. We're here because of what she did on March the 19th, 2024. You'll hear that when they get inside the house, it's only their 2 dogs, Ashley Smiley and Carley Gregg. Immediately, Carley goes and lets the dogs out. You'll hear testimony that Ashley then goes into Carley's room. You'll hear that while Ashley is in her room, that Carley's still outside. At some point, Ashley finds what law enforcement believe to be the 4 boxes that contain vape pens. Testimony will be that we believe she carried them from Carley's room to her bedroom, went back to search in Carley's room. The evidence will show that almost immediately upon Carley coming inside the house, that she walks straight to her parents' bedroom, that she goes straight to her mom's side of the bed and removes a .357 Magnum from under the mattress. We believe the testimony will be that then she concealed that .357 Magnum behind her back. As she walked through the kitchen, she peeks her head around. We believe the testimony will show that she peeks her head around the kitchen to make sure that her mom hasn't come out of her bedroom. We believe the evidence will then show that she walked with that .357 Magnum behind her back, walked into her own bedroom, and then fired 3 shots into her mother, killing her. We believe the testimony will then be that that very moment after she shot and killed her mother, she then hides that gun back out of the camera, walks back into that kitchen, sits down on a stool with a gun behind her, picks up her mother's cell phone, puts her mom's passcode into the phone. We believe the testimony will be that then she texted her stepdad and said something to the effect of, "When will you be home, honey?" Testimony will be that then she waited for him to respond. "I'll be a little bit longer." She sends him a thumbs up.
The defense never denies that Carley is the perpetrator of this crime. Instead, they lay the foundation for an insanity defense.
This is not a whodunit case. We know who took action on March 19th to bring about the death of Ashley Smiley and the injuries to Heath Smiley. However, this is a why case. Why did it happen? Why did this exceptional child with no history of violence, who was loved by her friends, her teachers, her parents, who had a good home life, who loved her mother, why did she shoot her mom? Why did she shoot at her stepfather? The state would like you to believe the answer to those questions don't matter, but we know better than that. The answers to those questions is why we're here today, and it's what you're here to do. We believe the evidence will show that there were 3 victims on March 19th. Ashley Smiley, Heath Smiley, and Carley Smiley. And Carley Gregg. That they were all 3 victims. While the events on March 19th were tragic, the events on March 19th were not intentional. The evidence will show, and the testimony will show, that Carley Gregg loved her mother. That Carley Gregg and her mother had a loving, close relationship. Carley Gregg's mom loved her. In fact, her life revolved around Carley, as parents' lives often do revolve around their children. Carley very much wanted to please her mother. Carley was an exceptional student, made a 30 on the ACT when she was 13 years old. She was the apple of her mother and her stepfather's eye.
The defense makes it hard to ignore Carley's age during trial. Her wardrobe emphasizes a schoolgirl-like image, but any image the defense is trying to create is challenged by the evidence. This is Rankin County 911 dispatcher Kevin Collins. He's a witness for the prosecution. He testifies he was on the line with Carley's stepdad, Heath, after he was shot. Over at the defense table, Carley can't control her emotions when the 911 call is played for the jury.
Okay, so you grazed your neck?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what's her name?
Carley Gregg.
Carley Gregg? Does she still have a gun on her?
I took it from her. She ran.
You took it from her and she ran?
Yes, sir.
What's your wife's name?
Ashley Smiley.
Ashley Smiley?
On day 2 of trial, the jury hears from a 16-year-old girl only identified as BW. By the judge's order, BW's testimony is not recorded on audio or video because of her age. But with the trial transcripts we've obtained, we know what exactly she shared. The teen witness, who by this point is in the 11th grade, reportedly testified she had known Carley since the 9th grade. She testifies Carley called her to come over on March 19th because she needed help. She says Carley sounded jittery, secretive, and scared on the phone, but didn't say why. When BW arrived to the Smiley home just before 5 p.m. that day, Carley asked if she'd ever seen a dead body. BW says she answered no. That's when Carley showed BW her mom Ashley Smiley's body. The witness reportedly testified Carley confessed to shooting her mom 3 times and had, quote, 3 more waiting for her stepdad, Heath. Heath arrived home soon after. Carley allegedly asked BW if she wanted to go outside while she took care of her stepdad. While she's back there, BW testified she heard 3 shots ring out. She then met back up with Carley, who said run, before jumping over a fence. Following BW's testimony, the state calls another key witness, Heath Smiley. How much
did Ashley love Carley?
They loved each other so much. She just, everything she did, she planned out for Carley and around Carley.
Tell us about yours and Carley's relationship before March 19, 2024.
We were always good. We laughed and played and messed around, loved video games, and took her to karate stuff until she kind of got tired of that, and she started going to guitar practice weekly, so I was taking her to that every week.
So by all accounts on
the outside looking in, Carley has a regular teenage life. He says there were a few instances Carley got in trouble at school. During one particular incident, he recalled Carley bringing a knife to campus.
What was the result of her bringing the knife to school?
They have a zero tolerance policy on that and sent her to an alternative school until I think it was that Christmas break and let her come back.
So she had to spend time at the alternative school as a discipline?
Yes.
The focus of Heath's testimony eventually shifts to the late afternoon of March 19, 2024.
Tell us about what that next message is that you got from Ashley's phone, Heath.
It said, "You almost home, honey."
Does that sound like something Ashley would typically say to you?
Not typically, but it wouldn't have been totally out of the realm. I think she would have phrased it slightly different, but I don't know.
What time was that text message sent to you?
That says 4:14.
Do you recall telling law enforcement that you thought that Carley actually sent you that text instead of Ashley?
I was wondering about that one at the time. Yes.
And then what did you respond to that message?
Said, "No, I'll be here for a little bit yet, meaning at work."
And then you can't see it on this, but I think maybe Carley or whoever had her Ashley's phone sent you a thumbs up.
Sounds correct. Yes, it's not on there.
So Heath, let me ask you, what made you think that that was Carley that sent that message and not Ashley?
I don't know, just something with the phrasing of it maybe. I'm not sure.
He testifies when he arrived home, he was met with a gun to the face. Tell the ladies and
Gentlemen, exactly what you remember about when you came home on March the 19th, 2024.
Everything seemed pretty normal, and I came on in, and when I opened the door to the kitchen there, gun went off in my face before the door was, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches wide open, and everything kind of went pretty fast from there. It was a blur.
What did you remember seeing, Heath?
Just gun flash in my face, and then went off 2 more times, but my hand was on the gun after the first shot, and I twisted it from her.
Who was pointing that gun at you?
It was Carley.
Who pulled the trigger when you opened the door?
The first one I know was Carley. After that, my hand was on the gun too, and I know I had a scratch on my thumb and all. I very well could have hit it. I know that third time.
Do you remember telling anybody that you were in such shock that you didn't even try to shoot Carley back or anything like that?
No, it was very evident to me immediately that something was very, very off with Carley. The way she was screaming, the way she looked, she was moving so fast.
Heath Smiley is cross-examined by his stepdaughter's attorney. The defense, who argues Carley was legally insane at the time of the shooting, focuses their line of questioning on Carley's mental health and her biological father, Kevin Gregg.
What, if anything, had Carley told you about her biological dad, Kevin Gregg, doing drugs?
Everyone that I can think of, it sounds like he has either tried or does regularly.
And what did Carley tell you about her biological dad doing drugs in her presence?
He was constantly doing drugs in front of her, blowing the smoke in her face. Turns out that he sat her down and made her drink an entire beer when she was 12.
Would you say that Carley was scared of her dad?
Yes. She did not like having to go up there, and she was not herself for a day or two after coming back.
Okay. And would you say that Carley's mom was scared of her dad?
Yes. Anytime they spoke of him, it was like a deer in the headlights. They would freeze up and be shaking sometimes if they were talking about him.
Do you have any idea why Carley would want to shoot you?
No.
And we all heard Carley screaming when you walked into the garage, from the garage into the kitchen on March 19th. How did Carley appear to you when you walked in?
Like I said, my initial thoughts were she was terrified, scared out of her mind. I still to this day don't think she ever even recognized me. Something was wrong there. I don't know what, but something was off.
And when you walked into the house, did Carley say anything to you?
No, just was screaming.
When it comes time for the defense to present their case, they rely on the testimony of forensic psychiatrist Dr. Andrew Clark.
Based on your evaluation, was there a period of time in which Carley's mental health issues began to be more significant?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
So beginning from around the age of 9 or so, what Carley reported was that she began to feel depressed, that the auditory hallucinations, meaning that she was hearing voices, that those continued, that these experiences of feeling like the world wasn't real continued. And then somewhere between the ages of 9 and 11, the depression continued, and she then began to cut herself. And as I understand it, she'd been cutting herself for about 2 years, so starting around the age of 12, that she would, on a fairly regular basis, make superficial cuts on her thighs as a way to help manage her anxiety and distress.
Dr. Clark reads a series of journal entries Carley wrote in the week leading up to the crime. So,
writing on March 12th, Tuesday, she writes, "I think I had a psychotic break earlier. The whole ordeal was quite silly. I actually spoke with one of the voices in my head. Well, I didn't hear them until earlier today, but I only do then. My particular friend and I were practically screaming, bloodthirstily and ravenously. Thank God, physical confrontation was not, and I think it's fruitively, possible. I sound crazy." In the period of time up until March 12th, Carley reported that her mood was flat, that she was zombie, that she was still quite depressed, she was still cutting. She also reported that the voices were getting worse, that they were becoming more urgent, more prominent, and she was beginning to worry that they were taking over for her. Now, she told me that the only thing the voices said to her were things that were kind of elitist, like you're better than those people. Like that's the only thing she told me they said. So her mood is poor, the voices are getting worse, her sleep continues to be bad, and she's smoking marijuana on 2 or 3 times a week. She also reported that she had a fair amount of anxiety during this time as well.
So what, if anything, did Carley tell you occurred on the Sunday prior to the incident of March 19th, which was a Tuesday?
So Carley told me that she had been put on Lexapro on March 12th, and that she found that almost immediately, very quickly, her mood swings were worse, that she was having lower lows and higher highs in that week leading up to March 19th. She told me that the voices were getting worse, that they were becoming more urgent, more insistent, more of a problem for her. And then she told me that on that Sunday, March 17th, that she had smoked marijuana that morning, that her mother and stepfather had gone to the store. She was alone in the house. She'd smoked some marijuana, and that she had about a 20-minute experience where her thoughts were racing, Her thoughts were jumbled. She was really frightened, and she kind of fell to the floor because she wasn't sure that she was going to be able to control her body. She said it was a very scary experience for her, unlike anything she'd had before, and that after about 20 minutes it passed, and then she was sort of back to herself.
Carley Gregg
chooses not to take the stand in her own defense. After 5 days of testimony, both sides delivered their final arguments to the jury. Ladies and gentlemen,
there's no doubt that Carley Madison Gregg is the one who killed her mom, Ashley Smiley. There's no doubt that she attempted to kill Smiley when she aimed the gun right at his head and shot and hit him in the shoulder. And there's no doubt that she's the one who hid the camera, thus tampering with evidence in the refrigerator. And we would ask you that you go back there and you find her guilty of all three, because she was not insane at the time that this happened. She knew exactly what she was doing, and she knew the difference between right and wrong.
I am asking you, for those reasons, to please find Carley Gregg not guilty by reason of insanity and finally quell this storm for Carley and her family. No one will understand this case, and no one has heard this case the way that you have. And passing judgment on another person is a heavy burden to bear, and I'm sorry that it falls on you. But please consider what is at stake in this case for this child and this family. Before you rush to judgment and render your verdict, look at those documents, consider the testimony. Search your heart for what you know about this child from the picture painted by her of all the people that knew her best. And you tell me, what was the intent?
The jury is sent to deliberate. In less than 2 hours, they came back with a verdict.
Ms. Gregg, please rise and come to the podium, along with your attorneys. The verdicts appear to be in proper form. Verdict of the jury is count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carley Madison Gregg, guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. Count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carley Madison Gregg, guilty of attempted murder as charged in the indictment. Count 3. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carley Madison Gregg, guilty of tampering with evidence as charged in the indictment. Please be seated, Ms. Gregg. Ladies and gentlemen, the jury is custom for the court to poll the jury. I have to do it each time. And for each count, I'm not being rude. The quickest way for me to get through this is to simply point at you and you answer out loud. As to count 1, we, the jury, find the defendant, Carley Madison Gregg, guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. Beginning on the first row, ma'am, is that your verdict? Sir, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? Sir, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? You got to answer out loud, ma'am. I'm sorry. On the back row, sir, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? Sir, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? That verdict is proper and unanimous. As to count 2, we, the jury, find the defendant, Carley Madison Gregg, guilty of attempted murder as charged in the indictment. Beginning on the first row, ma'am, is that your verdict?
Carley Gregg is
found guilty on all charges. The 15-year-old now faces the rest of her life in prison. Less than 2 hours after the verdict, Carley faces sentencing. There were no victim impact statements, and Carley chose not to speak. Your
sentences will be as follows. As to count 1, the jury having fixed the verdict at life imprisonment, this court will sentence you to life imprisonment. As to count 2, you'll be sentenced to life imprisonment. As to count 3, you'll be sentenced to 10 years to serve.
Following Carley's conviction and sentence, Carley's defense attorneys appealed for a new trial, citing new evidence that came to light after trial. The motion cites a local television news interview Carley's biological father did after the trial. The defense argues had that evidence been presented at trial, it could have led to a different result. In the TV news interview with local station WLBT, Kevin Gregg reportedly said his daughter had suffered from auditory hallucinations as a child. In the filing, the defense wrote in part, quote, "This new information supports Dr. Clark's diagnosis of unspecified schizophrenic disorder and is likely to lead to a different result at a new trial. As such, Carley is entitled to a new trial." In their motion, the defense also raised concerns about whether Carley was mature enough to understand the charges against her, make decisions about plea offers, and participate in her own defense. In the defense's motion, Bridget Todd pointed to the fact a person on a jury in Mississippi must be at least 21 years old to serve, meaning Carley was much younger than the peers who decided on her fate. On October 21st of 2024, Rankin County Circuit Court Judge Dewey Arthur denied the motion for a new trial. Carley Gregg's attorneys then filed a new appeal with the Mississippi Supreme Court. Since that filing, Carley has changed her legal counsel. She's now being represented by attorney James Murphy. In April of 2026, Mississippi's highest court agrees to hear Carley's appeal. As of this recording, the Mississippi Supreme Court is scheduled to hear oral arguments on May 27, 2026. Carley Gregg continues to serve her sentence at the Central Mississippi Correctional Facility in the Youthful Offender Unit.